Hello, people of the internet. I am Diagram, and welcome to week 3 of season 4 of the Pokédex Holders League. I am Diagram, and proud coach of the Southend Stoutlands, and this week we are taking on Coach Sean of the Kyurem All Blacks. And they got off to a rough start. They are 0-2, bottom of the league. We are 2-0, top of the league. But let it be known that this is the single worst matchup I have ever seen ever in the league format. It is just, it's so bad, and I can only do what I can do with it. I just want to have fun. That's all I'm here for. I want to win, but honestly, I would take a loss. Like, I would take a 3-0 loss, and that's coming from the guy who, just really is hyper competitive. You can see the team on the screen, and maybe you can tell why it is so atrociously horrible of a matchup. But let's just talk through the team. Why not? He's got the Mega Ordino, which is just a super bulky, stupid thing. Fairy type. Is it? I think it's normal fairy, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It sets up Calm Minds. It's really tough to take down. It's basically a Florges, but bulkier, to be honest, which is not good. He's got Skarmory, which, gets has removal, it gets spikes, it gets rocks, really physically bulky. Steel type, Steel Flying type, can actually just take any hit from Beedrill whatsoever. It's the best Beedrill response in the game, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we'd like to see. He's got the Cresselia. He has the Cresselia, which is just such an absolute pain. Like, those 3 Pokemon right there are just such an absolute pain to break through. Like, I can't think of one Pokemon that can do it. I mean, it's just, they are just so bulky across both physical and special, and they just cover each other really well, and there's not really a whole lot I can do there. Both 2 of them freaking set up Calm Minds and Sweep, and that's not really great. And then you see the Galvantula. So this man has sticky webs, and I have a really fast team, and that is not good. Very not good. My team relies on speed very heavily, and I don't have very good hazard removal on my team either, so sticky webs is very bad. And he's got the Weavile. Weavile destroys me, straight up. If he gets sticky webs up, Weavile will outspeed and just destroy my entire team. It's just a powerful Pokemon, and it's just, I have nothing for it. But I try my best. He's got the Tyrantrum, which hits like an absolute nuke. This thing hits so goddamn hard. I do actually have a response to Tyrantrum, so hooray for that. He's got the Nidoking, though. Remember back in week 1, when I was super scared of Nidoqueen? Well, Nidoking is like Nidoqueen, but it hits harder and is stronger. So, like, I didn't have any switch-ins to Nidoqueen back then. I don't have any switch-ins to Nidoking now. That's 2 Pokemon on his team which completely shred me. If he gets sticky webs up, those 2 Pokemon will outspeed my entire team and just completely and utterly obliterate me, and there is nothing I can do about it. But, we're going to try our best. He's got the Mantine, which is a super bulky water type. What's it called? I think it's Water Absorb. It's got something stupid like base 140 special defense. Gets Defog, gets Roost. Really a pain to take down. And basically my plan for Mantine is that he doesn't bring it, because I could have run a lot of coverage on various things to hit it hard, but it's just, when the matchup is this bad, you can't prep for everything. So I just hope he doesn't bring it. Please don't bring the Mantine. He's got the Mienshao, which is another Pokemon which just completely shreds my team. It just destroys me. Once again, if he gets sticky webs up, mind you, this one, because I have my Tornadus, which is flying, which doesn't get slowed down by the webs, although Weavile outspeeds it naturally, which is unfortunate. Me and Xiao's not quite as bad as the other two. I do have some kind of responses to it, but not really. It's just really fast, hits really hard. He's got the Armaldo, Rapid Spin. I don't really care about Armaldo. And he's got the Banette, which he drafted just to spite me, because I said he wouldn't do it, and he did it. So, everything about this team, I hate it. I hate it. It's stupid, it's horrendous, and just, the more I think about it, the worse the matchup gets, and so, I don't know, it's bad. However, in case you don't know it by now, this is my team. It's Mega Beedrill, Tornadus Therian, Infernape, Florges, Jellicent, Bronzong, Zygarde 10%, Alolan Persian, Jolteon, Donphan, and Shaman. And somehow, with this team, this ragtag team of ruffians, we've got to take down this absolute monster. And, I mean, right here is how we're going to do it. And I don't know how it's going to work out. But as you can see, I'm actually bringing the Alolan Persian, which I just kind of drafted because I was like, it's kind of cool. I've seen it do okay-ish. But we're actually bringing it because this is on my entire team. It is my only Weavile switching. My absolute only Weavile switching. And when I say switching, I mean it takes about 40% from the Weavile. It's like Bray's Tapu Fini to my Zygarde. It's like it technically switches in, but it's not good. We've got enough speed to outspeed everything barring the Weavile. I believe this allows us to outspeed Galvantula, which is very, very nice. We've got the Parting Shot for momentum. It's a really, really cool move. We got the Taunt to just taunt the bitches like Cresselia and Ordino and Skarmory. We don't want Calm Minds and Stealth Rocks and all that kind of fun stuff. We don't want that. Foul Play does something like 40% to Weavile, which is rather nice. And then I was running a Play Rough with Fairium Z because that Twinkle Tackle does actually Oko the Weavile after Stealth Rocks guaranteed. But that was the only thing. That was the only reason to run it. And I thought, I didn't want to build a full meme squad. I did build a full meme squad at first because I was like, there's literally no way I win this. But I realized that I actually had not a single move on this team to hit the Mantine with, so I just slapped Thunderbolt on this thing. And then actually also it's the Skarmory pretty hard, which I was also struggling with. So I hope this thing does well, because you know what? It's a tier 5 mon. I want it to do well. I've never used this thing. I don't know if it's going to do good, but I just needed this thing for Weavile. That Fur Coat is a nice ability. Up next, we have a super weird Infernape set, which I will need to explain. Mostly because I need to explain to myself, because I just don't comprehend it. And I should really have this for somewhere else, because we want an odd HP. We'll just stick it in Spit Death. Or Defense. I guess, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. So we are a Focus Sash lead Infernape with Fake Out, Stealth Rocks, Fire Blast, Mach Punch, Iron Fist with a negative attack nature. What is that? Timid? Yeah, so we are max speed, so we speed tie with Galvantula. So right, here's the plan. If he brings Galvantula, he's got to lead with it because he will see my team and he will see no hazard removal, no way of stopping the sticky webs. Also, he thinks, but we're going to meme on him, so it's fine. This team is so bad. So the plan is we lead with Infernape, we go for the Fake Out to break his Focus Sash, and then we win the speed tie, go for the Fire Blast and knock him out. If he wins the speed tie, then we'll knock him out with the Fire Blast regardless, and we'll still have our Focus Sash intact so we can get up Stealth Rock. Even with the negative nature, thanks to the Iron Fist, Mach Punch is a guaranteed kill on Weavile, which that alone was enough for me to bring Infernape. And I wanted to bring, I wanted Taunt on this thing, I wanted Gunk Shot on this thing, I wanted U-Turn on this thing, I wanted everything on this thing, but there's not room in the world for all that, and I just felt like I felt like giving this thing Stealth Rock was the best play, and I need rocks to help cripple the Weavile. I mean, I guess I could go without rocks and put U-turn on it. No. If I keep on changing this team because I'm gonna lose. The Stealth Rock damage is really, really nice. It puts, like, it breaks the sturdy on the Skarmory. That's pretty much the most important thing, because then Fire Blast on Caesar kills it, and as you're about to see, Heat Wave on the Wingman kills it. So yeah, this is a stupid set, but whatever. Oh, I just can't allow those sticky webs to get up. I have a backup plan in case this 50%, I mean not even 50% chance to stop it, because Fire Blast is only 85% accurate. So 85% of 50% of the time this will work, unless he switches out. This isn't going to work, but it's whatever, I had to do it. Up next, we have my boy Wingman. And I'll be honest, this isn't like necessarily Tornadus' matchup. Tornadus hasn't quite put in the work that I wanted it to this season. But like the first two matches, it really could have destroyed, and it just like didn't really get a chance. I mean, he missed his Hurricane last week, but that's fine. He was just showing off to his little brother. But anyways, we are Life Orb, Regen, Taunt, Heat Wave, Sludge Wave, and U-Turn. We have enough speed to outspeed the Galvantula again, so only Weavile will outspeed us. We are fully special attack invested, but we still want our U-turns to hit the Cress pretty hard, so we are a negative defense nature. And Taunt is there basically for the Cress, because Cress is a stupid Pokemon, and it's pretty much like the most feared Pokemon in all of the draft format. Because like that thing just takes any hit, it sets up Calm Minds, and it just wins. But the thing is before it sets up Calm Minds, it just hits like absolute piss. And so Taunt is just absolutely the way to go. Like, you taunt it, you force it to hit me with like a Psychic that'll do like 20%. I don't really care. I'll U-turn out into something like, I don't know, my whatever. I'll get to it later. I don't know what the plan is. But basically, we're going to taunt it. We're going to taunt the Cress. Because I just have nothing on my team to Oko it. And, oh. Okay, sorry about that. Had to edit a thing out. But here is Beavis. We are going with a meme set this week. It's all pretty standard, like U-turn, Poison Jab, Drill Run. We got enough speed to outspeed the Weavile, so we can have our Adamant Nature. That's great. We hit really, really hard. But we are running Defog Mega Beedrill, baby, which is just the worst thing I've ever done in my life. Defog Mega Beedrill is so bad. But the only other hazard removal on my team is Donphan, and there was just no room for Donphan on this team. Like, Donphan does not have a good matchup. It gets body rocked by the Nidoking, like, unless I brought the exact same set I brought against Bray week 1, but that doesn't work as a lead option because he's going to leave with the Galvantula, and then he'll know exactly what set I'm bringing, and it just dies to Weavile. If it dies to me and Xiao, it does nothing to Cress, it does nothing to Skarmory, it does nothing to Ordino. Not a good set, so we have to run Defog. If the plan fails and he gets up sticky webs, I just have to get rid of them because I lose. But that's how bad the matchup is, and we're gonna be fine because Beavis is gonna defog. And the good thing about Beedrill is being so fast is, like, even under sticky webs, he will outspeed the majority of Sean's team. But things like the Nidoking, the Weavile, the Me and Xiao, the Galvantula, they will all then outspeed me, which will be very, very bad. I don't really want to deal with that, but that's fine. We will deal with it. It's pretty standard other than that. U-turn for things like Cress, Poison Jab for the gosh diggity darn Ordino, Drill Run hits the Nidoking, and we can't touch Skarmory, but what am I supposed to do about that? I just can't touch Skarmory because it's the best Beedrill response in the game, other than maybe Celesteela. But Skarmory gets reliable recovery. I don't know, whatever. Up next, we have my boy Belland, who has been the absolute, what's the word? I don't know, kind of the MVP. Like, every single week, I just look at Belland and I'm like, man, this thing is just such a good matchup. Like, it walls everything. And this week, it doesn't wall everything. It hardly walls anything, to be honest. But I need a Nidoking switch in. And week 1, it was my Nidoqueen switch in, and I am bringing almost the exact same set, just Toxic over Stealth Rocks. Toxic for the Ordino and the Cress, because if you have a Cress taunted and Toxic, it dies. So, plan is, taunt it with either Minerva or Wingman, Parting Shot or U-turn out into Belland, Toxic it, and then go into my Rose Tyler and just Wish Stall it. Not a great plan, in the words of Tony Stark. Not a great plan. But I gotta do what I gotta do. And the thing is because Sean probably watched my team builder and my match against Bray, he's gonna know exactly what this set is. I was running Colberberry until about 5 minutes ago because Weavile Okos me, and the knocker from the Mian Shao does stupid amounts of damage. I haven't actually calculated that, but I assume it does massive damage. But then the Flamethrower from the Nidoking 2-hit KOs me. And just, that's how stupid Nidoking is. My switch into it gets 2-hit KO'd by it. So I have to run the Ockerberry. I just can't get 2-hit KO'd by Nidoking. And apart from that, like Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, none of those moves really touch me. So I just have to run the Ockerberry. I know he's going to expect it, but I just have to do it. I have absolutely no choice. And last, but most certainly least, is Rose Tyler. And once again, this is a mon that doesn't really have that great of a matchup, but I just kind of have to bring it because I have to keep Belland healthy and I have to keep Minerva healthy. And Wish Passing is the way to do that. And like I said, once his walls are toxic, I can Wish Stall them all day long with this Rose Tyler. The Kevia Berry is actually really, really huge. That allows me to take a hit from the Nidoking, a hit from the Mian Shao, or a hit from the Weavile. Moonblast will O-code the Weavile and the Mian Shao, and Psychic does a good half, or over half, does like 60% to the Nidoking. And that's pretty crucial damage. That puts it in range of absolutely anything and everything on my team. Which is just something that I need to do, because they're just stupid threatening threats. But yeah, the spread is pretty self-explanatory. I need to take hits on both sides. I'm naturally very specially bulky, so stick it all in Fizz Def. We got a little wind speed just in case he tries to speed creep me with Tyrantrum or something like that. Oh, I can take a hit from Tyrantrum and Oko with Moonblast as well. And Belland can also deal with a Tyrantrum quite nicely. But yeah, I'm not happy with this team, if you can tell, but it's the team that I have to bring. Hey, this is going to be a real test, and I look forward to it. But yeah, we'll see if we can come out with the win. Probably not, but we're going to have fun whilst doing it. So yeah, I'll see you in battle.